Would you mind talking about your art for a little bit?
Well, thank you for that. Yes. To me, art has two qualities in my own life personally. One, it has a meditative quality. By meditative, I don't mean switching off my brain and shutting down my synapses and neural pathways in order to space out. I mean, it is a meditative, contemplative thing. I work out problems through paintings. I work out issues through paintings. And it's a very powerful and it's an almost frighteningly powerful way of doing this because it does have a sort of a predictive quality of it. I've actually painted things that have come true within weeks and months of painting them, especially if I did symbolic paintings, which most of my work is now. Art, and it doesn't happen just with art, it happens with writing and it happens with songwriting and you name it, anything else, guitar playing, whatever your thing is. It's very powerful. It absolutely is a magical right in its own kind of way. That's why magic was called the art for so many centuries, because some people were better at it than others. And art to me, I'll give you an example, prior to sort of what was my kind of spiritual awakening, I don't like to use that term that way because it can sound kind of crude almost, but there was a consciousness shift in my life following it and leading up towards a very serious health problem I had. And I don't think if it was not for me being able to coach myself through the dark night of that soul, through painting, I'm not so sure I would have made it out the other end. Now, coupled with that, as I said, there's a meditative quality. There's also an element of insurgency within art as well. There's no law, there's no medication yet. There's no sort of statutory extraneous device that stops a person from transmitting their creative process, their intention, from their mind or from their soul or from their consciousness or wherever it comes from, and onto a medium. This is an amazing thing because it means that there's no interference between those things. There's no interference between your active, creative intention and the production of the actual medium. There's nothing. It's you and a direct connection to your higher self. It's you and a direct connection to the universal construct without having the imposed, statutory, arbitrary, well, I wouldn't say arbitrary, but dogmatic aspects of a system corrupting it. It's pure. It's unfiltered. What's there is what's real. And they can't stop that from you. And when you realize that you take an element of your own intention and you can actually manifest it in paint, clay, guitar chords, whatever, you think about how profound that is, you realize that how powerful and how sovereign you are as a human being, and how the control structure, with all its rules and regulations, with all its fear-based control systems, and it's essentially what is mind control, has not penetrated that part of our humanity. Well, it just shows you that we have everything to play for, and there's no reason for us to feel like we're completely prisoners, because there is a gap between the material creation and the inception that comes from the intention below that is absolutely unbreachable as far as they're concerned. And we have to start bringing that more and more into the material world. So that's what my art means for me. It's meditative in the sense that it allows me to work through issues and problems and good things as well. And it's also a form of insurgency where I can skirt below the radar, put ideas in people's heads, and then, go back down on the ground again. And I think the term I use is consciousness insurgency. And it's something I think we all could do well by incorporating into our lives, because when you do it, you realize how absolutely powerful you are, and you're not a slave. If anything, it's the other way around. They're at the mercy of our creative intentions.
Mm.